tutor login on our website?
How long's it been
Keep
there?
your hand up. Well, the new one has been up there since January. So keep your
I
hand
don't
up
know. I log on.
if you've used it today. All right, put your hand back up if you've used it this week.
It's on a Tuesday.
Come on, guys.
Tuesday.
Friday. All right, two people. Yep. Yay. Oh, sorry. Leave up.
WHS throwing those 3 days.
Is there a bug in it with the class roll, because it seems to repeat the names for every week that
The
course is
class
on?
role is not fully functional, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, handouts while I'm talking. These are the instructions on how to actually log in. I will email these to everyone, post to those that don't have emails. And basically, I'm going to take you through how to actually log in online, but the most important thing to remember is we don't know what your password is anymore. We have no actual connection to your password. Can you pass those back to those, please? So in the past I was able to actually tell you what it is, so I've got no idea now. So you do need to actually click on the forgot my password link, which I'll show you where that is. And the other thing I wanted to say was your details, when you're entering them in, have to be exactly like we have them in our database. So that is where we can help you. If you're typing in what you think your name is,
You could be wrong.
Multiple personalities.
and you have your password, you've already done all your password stuff, and it's still not working, then send your program manager or myself an email, or if it's urgent, then it's business hours, give us a phone call, and we'll tell you how we've spelled your name, or if there's a space, or you've got your middle name, and all sorts of stuff in there, because it has to be exact. Yes, Roxanne?
I found that if you do it right the first time,
Yep.
it saves us, and next time I just go M, and then my whole name comes up, because I had issues with my alias and everything else.
Yep.
And so all you have to do eventually is just type in your password, because it gives you your first name, last name, and even your email.
Yep.
It just remembers, if you do it from the same computer, obviously.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
So the first one's tricky, but after that it seems to be okay.
Okay, well I'll log in as myself if you like, and I'll take you through it. I've become a tutor for the sake of this as well, so you can see as a tutor, but I'm also in here as a student, so you can see what the student says, because this is the same thing for a student as well. They log in the same way you do, so they can see their course details and all sorts of stuff.
Are they doing that yet?
Yes. Yep. So here is the main page that you'll be presented with, and you've got a little navigation bar down the side, but straight away you've got a timetable, and it's in month view, but if you prefer you can have list view, and this is actually every session. It will list every session that you've got. This is me as a student, forever and ever and ever. My life is over. Yeah. But then the little dot is actually when your teaching was. Am I no longer being there? Yeah, it always represents something. 2 dots means 2 classes, 3 dots. If you're a very busy person, you'll have multiple dots on a day. So that's the timetable. You've also got, which is probably more what you'll be using when courses are rolling over for the next term or the next batch of courses that we have coming out. You'll need to click on current classes, and I am a tutor. If you're a tutor, you'll only see what you're a tutor of. I've put myself as the tutor of this class, so you can click on it and you get a lot more information. You know how many are enrolled, you know your maximum. You might think, oh no, that's not right, I need to adjust that. Please have a look at this stuff. I mean, we're going on the information best what's given to us, so please let us know if you don't think it's quite right. Minimums as well, the tutor and the venue, please check all that information. There's a little map there if you want. And here's all the information about the sessions. Your materials list should come up there. If it's not, please let us know. Very important, students need to know any materials. And any other messages that we might put in there about parking and stuff like that, that shows up there. And then you've got details. So this is actually the blurb that's on the website. So that just says for office use only because it's a meeting, but it has your whole course listed there. And it also lets you know this class has not yet been made visible to the public. If you see that and you've approved it, you've spoken to your program manager, you know everything's okay, and you're a bit concerned, let us know that you're seeing that, because we just need to tweak something on our end. Okay, you got your class role, but as I mentioned, it's I've been told this is, you know, beta version at the moment, so you're welcome to hop in there and have a
It
look.
does come up with the names, but
Yeah.
it just repeats them for every session of the course.
Okay, you can actually mark the attendance for them too, but it's, yeah, it's, I don't think they need to tweak it a bit more.
So sometime down the track we could use that as a role for people who
Yep.
carrying their iPads or
Yeah,
does it
well,
work on an iPad this thing?
yes, it will. I haven't tested it in the last update, but yes, they've got all the screenshots ready to go for all the web, so you can do it for all the mobile phones and your iPads and your tablets and stuff like that. So if you wanted to, you could use the Wi-Fi access we've got here, and you can just tap away and mark attendance. And of course, the most important, your approval. Okay, so you've read the details and you think, nah, I want to change that, I want to tweak it, or you know, something's not quite right, the date and times are wrong. Write it all in here and click the decline button, because you're actually saying you're not approving this yet. But that will send an email to your program manager. They will then have a look at that and say, oh, okay, I can see what you're saying, I'll fix it. They'll then email you back and say it's done, ready for your approval, or they'll renegotiate other options with you. And then when you are actually happy, you have to tick the statement, I hereby agree that the date, time, venue and description of the classes are all correct and that I'm able to teach the class material at the time stated, and click the accept button. So that will then send a notification to your program manager, and it will also log the date and time in our database, so all our admin staff know that you've approved it, and so they know to pass on the information as well. We don't want to hand out wrong information, so they're not going to do anything unless you've approved it. And then that's it. Then your program manager will then web enable the course and advertise it in all the usual methods. So at the moment, for those that aren't using this system, we've been approving by your verbal or email, we've been approving them for you. But please, you know, it's important to start getting into it and doing it yourself. Yes, Michael?
This is subscribe to calendar.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yep, I clicked on that today, and it wants to add those items to your Outlook. You're very welcome to do that, but I hold no responsibility for what it does to...
That's
So
what
that's
I'll
a calendar,
measure.
does it?
It creates a new calendar. So if you merge with your smartphone through your Outlook, it won't do it.
No, smartphones at the moment are not able to have multiple calendars.
Yeah. So at the moment, it will create another calendar for you. So that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, if it's on a PC and you're
But
comfortable with it, you're happy to. Yes.
Danielle, you mentioned that all this is done before the course is advertised.
Yep.
How do we know when this is up and running so that we can look at it to do it before it actually goes to print or goes to the web.
You usually get an email from your program manager. You should be getting one each time the course is created in our database. We don't want to deal with it until you come back to us.
Many of your courses we're running over the phone. Many of your courses until now, we just over the phone, when you want to do it, like this, like that, fantastic. And many of you as well are telling me, please, I ask, do you want me to approve it right now? Because if it's confirmed the venue, the day, the time, and everything, I do it with you over the phone, many of you. So it's nothing else to do, I say so many times, it's all done. So I click in the system by myself that you already approved this course. However, when you log as a trainer, you can still sometimes see that's not accepted yet. But if, talking about my courses, if you already deal with me and I already confirmed with you, it's all done, it's all confirmed. That's the reason why the courses will appear in the website. If your course is not appearing in the website, then please give me a call, because it's certainly not approved yet.
But if you can, get into the habit of doing it here, because you can do it any time of day. You don't have to, leave a message or anything like that. So that's, the important part of your class. But you can always come back in and check your enrolments and see what's happening with the course at any time. If you do your own notes or you provide your own material for the students, then this is a great way to check it at any on hour.
Enrolments is updated live, is it? As soon as you guys
15 minutes. Yeah, it's about 5 minutes, but I've been told to pass on just to allow for slow connections. Past classes is pretty obvious. It's the same thing that all the ones we've done in the past. My profile is a great way to update your actual personal details. So you don't necessarily have to send us an email and say, oh, by the way, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's a good idea anyway, but, for...
So that doesn't go on the web though for students?
No, this is not on the web at all. But it's a good way to update details. And I don't think you get this as a tutor, but if you ever see it as a student, because you're actually all students of this meeting tonight, you have a mailing list. We're currently working on how to make that more useful for us. So you'll probably see this changing. You'll see other newsletters appear in there as well. So don't worry too much about that. And that's pretty much it with logging in. So just very important, log in with your details that we have in your database. Request your password at the start. So that's the forgot my password link. Just click that. If you've never done this before, you need to start there, pretty much. And also, I was talking to Corinne this afternoon. If you work for multiple colleges, some of them have the same system as us. So when you're actually signing in, it will say, do you want Parramatta or do you want Macquarie? So
it's there. When you put your name and password, on top there's squares and it says which one you want to look in. Same password, same everything.
So that's handy if you work for other places. You can do everything in one place. All right. Any questions on that at the moment? As I said, I'll send this all out to you, but you